Saturn's Day. I'm going to do this video. I have another video scheduled, but I have to do this because this, whatever this guy is, giving me a bunch of shit. Oh, let's see. What's his name? Minister of Yahweh. So this guy, this is his logo. Let's take a look at what he has to say. He's trying to give me some bullshit about Yahweh. Good news for you. Yahweh is the name of Saturn. Saturn is the name of Satan. That's the god of this world. Okay, he's the god of time and space. What I keep trying to tell you guys. Okay, but these guys, these Yahweh freaks, they keep saying, oh, Yahweh, dude, Yahweh comes from the 42-letter name in the Tetragrammaton. The Tetragrammaton is a 5-pointed star. Ever seen that before? Let's see what he writes. He writes, he's very thoughtful. Don't waste your time here. He clearly has no research, studies, or even 100 hours put into these topics. He bases his information off websites, not books, scrolls, or other true documents. Okay, asshole, what true documents are you using? What, the King James Bible that was written by the Vatican and the Masons? Who King James was openly a Mason? Yahweh? You know what? Stick that fucking shit right up your ass, you dumb bastard. Here, I'm gonna use some actual text to prove my point. Let's move on. Here, the Jews speak Phoenician. Of course, you already knew that because you know every fucking thing, right? The Jews speak Phoenician. They don't have their own language. Phoenicia. You ever heard of it? And they don't make blinds, asshole. So let's read it. The inhabitants of Phoenicia might at first appear to have derived their origin from the same source, pre-Abramite, as the Hebrews, for they spoke the same language. Wow, how about that? Twink, what are you doing? Move on. Okay, so now we know that they speak Phoenician, yeah? Okay. But Yahweh's not Saturn, right? Okay, let's move on. What does this say? Let's go here. Baal is the planet Saturn. Baal is also the devil. And the Mohammedites of the 12th century after Christ knew still that the Meccan, i.e. Israel, is one of the names given by the Phoenicians in the latter days to Saturn. Boy, where did I get that from, a comic book? You don't talk about the truth or out of real yeah, man, too. Here we go. Move on. Between the god of the I can't pronounce it, sorry guys, and the god of the Apelles, there is evidently a close relationship, and also it appears with Yahweh that emerged of the Old Testament Saturn, the black star. Okay, the black star. Remember, Kabbalah is all cube and a black star. And you'll notice what I'm putting in here from the Converse advertisement is a cube and a black star. No, Yahweh isn't that. I don't know how to come up with that. Let's move on to the next bit. Yahweh's essence. Yahweh was also at an early period represented by a serpent. Oh, you mean the same one in the garden? It's not a snake, it's time, which represents Saturn. A symbol of lightning. A copper god of this sort lasted even down to the time of Hezekiah and was reputed to have been made by Moses himself. The seraphim, pictured often as surrounding Yahweh, were hardly other than the serpents representing the Tortu's lightning. Okay? I'd never read anything. What's this say? The astrological Saturn has always been associated with the letter of the law because Saturn is the lawgiver. That's why men in courts wear black robes. Everybody that is an authority wears black. Cops, rabbis, judges, priests, Catholic priests, SWAT, Nazis. rather than the spirit of the Gnostics, and the early Kabbalists identified Saturn with the God of the Old Testament. Gee whiz, who'd have seen that coming? Whom they regarded as a tyrannical father obsessed with the rigid enforcement of the laws. And indeed, there may be very ancient symbolic link between Saturn and Yahweh. For Yahweh's Sabbath, or holy day, is Saturday. Saturn Day. Saturn's Day. A-hole. Enough. I've had enough of this crap. Yahweh is Saturn. Saturn is Satan. He's the God of laws. He's the lawgiver. He's the one that said he's the Alpha and Omega. The God of the Old Testament is Saturn. It's closed. Look at your fucking hands. Dumb fuck. Ooh, it's war. Oh, then he sends me some crap about, you know, your eyes are blinded if you don't know the road. Well, I got news for you, buddy. Jesus might love you, but I don't. So go bug off. You know, this is the thing. This is why I get so frustrated with these guys. They tell me I don't do my study. First of all, I was raised a Lutheran. I believe in Jesus Christ, but that doesn't mean that my language is going to change anytime soon. Second of all, I don't give a rat's ass about your satanic God, you moron. What a bunch of clowns you are. You go worship Yahweh, asshole. You guys want to go back and look at this guy's logo. 27. 3 is the closest number for Earth. He's got a black lightning bolt. Huh? The lightning bolt, just like it read in there, represents Lucifer when he was cast down from heaven. Then it's in a black circle which represents Saturn, and then it's got white inside which represents the duality, the positive and the negative. In my opinion, this is some Masonic cocksucker trying to play a game by acting like he's an American Indian. Yeah? So here's a word for you. Cunt.
Really beautiful. I mean, explosions. So realistic.
You're gaming again, aren't you?
Stop playing with it. Red light, green light, go. When the morning comes, when we see what we've become. In the cold light of day, we're flaming the wind of the fire to be gone. So they went ahead and gave our boy his own movie with the Netflix release of Troll. And yes, I was rooting for the troll the whole movie. And I'll tell you why in a moment. This is a movie directed by starring Eva Marie Werman, Kim Koff, Mads Peterson, and Guard B. Eastwall. So there's quite a bit here that I want to discuss, and I want you all to know that there will be spoilers. I'm sure many of you remember this old image that was created years ago, and I went looking for this movie back then. Of course, it didn't exist, but we did get Troll Hunter. I have some good things to say about this film, and I did see some things that I thought could have been done better. By the way, if you have not yet seen this film and are going to, I do recommend watching it in its original Norwegian language with English subtitles. It does give a different feel to the characters. But at the end of the day, this movie for me, it's just another excuse to talk about giants.
#1 RPG game out there, where you can experience you can collect and play with over 500 epic champions. Have a look at this Gurga the Augur. Oh, I love it. What a diabolical looking champion he is. This is Belenar. He's a handsome lad and he is great in boss battles, especially with Xavier on the team. And this is a Bess, who's a great choice in arena.
Shadow Legends. Choose your champion.
So for me, the issue with this film is they decided to go more Hollywood than indie. And when that happens, you end up with a lot of opportunity that is wasted. This is like Jurassic Park meets King Kong. And you see borrowed elements in this film, like the classic seismic vibration of liquid in a cup and something giant stomping around nearby. Well, how about let's take a car or a truck and get the monster to chase us in the car, because all monsters love chasing cars for some reason, right? I mean, for crying out loud. They have the classic helicopters flying around the head of the giant scene. And just like in King Kong, these helicopters were stupid. Even after the first helicopter went down, they just kept flying around it with church bells attached at the bottom of each helicopter. I kid you not. Because trolls are anti-Christian, and they hate the sound of church bells. It sends them red. Yeah, that was one of their plans. There were so many plans in this film because they had to stop the control from reaching the royal palace in Oslo, Norway, which apparently sat on top of a tomb of giants and trolls and held remains there, troll skeletons. And so this whole movie is that this troll is headed to the palace, and they've got to stop it. Deep in the Dover Mountain, something gigantic in captivity. Creature destroys everything in its path. And the troll is the best part of this whole movie. They nailed the troll. Most of the human characters were unlikable at best. And this is what I didn't care for in the movie. The reaction, the attitude, the response, and role of human characters. The Norwegian government in this movie, you show them a video of half a mountain blowing up. Oh, it's gas explosion. You show them footage of giant footprints. Oh, it's sinkhole. You show a video of the creature, full frontal shot. What is that? It's a troll. A troll? Don't be silly. Those are just fairy tales. And that's how they act for most of the film. So first of all, a paleobiology expert helped figure out what they ideally do. And all she knows is the stories of bodies are trolls. Apparently, the only one with common sense. Even their father, they make him the crackpot. So, I guess that just leaves her. So the military, they just shoot stuff. After they realize that the troll is headed to the royal palace in Oslo, the prime minister goes on the news and tells everybody, yeah, there is a giant monster headed into town, so evacuate. So they don't get help from any other country in the world, not even their neighbors. They don't call in the troll hunter. They're cool to have work done in there, but no troll hunter or any troll expert. Not a historian, not even a little kid reading a book of fairy tales. Nothing. They don't bring in anybody who knows anything about trolls in Norway. So the paleobiologist, Laura, had to go find her father and bring him in herself. Apparently, the only person who has any info on trolls in the world. Paper documents you could Google search. The military in this film felt small, like it was just a team of soldiers and not an army. They felt more like soldiers.
It's really easy to criticize anything wrong in our lives. We do this because we're which means that thoughts and not so because we have this negative hardwiring, we need to train our mind to turn towards the positive. The best way I found to do this is through gratitude. And gratitude isn't as easy as you think, especially when you're going through difficult times. So I'm going to share a little game. Kind of like a lightning round in a game show. I'll give you a sample. Let's do 3 right now. Gratitude countdown. 10. The perfect avocado I have for lunch.
They don't really get into the lore of trolls that much. They show it and throw bits and pieces of it at you, which is fine and works out when you know a little more than the characters in the film.
Alright. So, do not do the whole entire video, so I had to break it down into like...
Good. It's your boy, Chosen One. Here to talk to you about this professional sport. A lot of these people gonna be real frustrated after this. I know everybody likes to follow sports, but it's all fit. It's all fit, man. This is it's basically a chain of corruption from the NFL owners to the owners of the casinos, the owners of the broadcasting networks, CBS, ESPN. It's all about money, it's all about ratings, it's all about storylines, it's all about upsets. You look at some of these scenarios that have played out, in the past 13, 14 years. I mean, if you just hear the stories, man, it's right here, man. It's all fit. It's all spark. Let's start off with the 2000 and 2001 season. You have the pre-9/11 Ravens. They upset the 3 top seeds in the AFC, and they end up beating the Giants in the Super Bowl. That was pre-9/11. Post 9/11, you have Spygate, where the Patriots go on their post 9/11 run. Just so happened to videotape the Rams practice before the Super Bowl and end up winning it. The 2 years we had the most troops in Iraq, the 03-04 season and the 04-05 season. The Patriots won't win the Super Bowl. They want to support the war and listen to your TV and your media. The Steelers are the 6th seed. They upset 3 top seeds and beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Mr. Jerome Bettis gets to retire with one of these in his hometown of Detroit, and Roethlisberger gets his first ring. Okay. We have in 2007, the Colts end up beating the Bears. Okay, this was the first Super Bowl with 2 black NFL head coaches. And what they were doing, they were getting ready for a black president the next year. This is all subliminal, this is all planned out. Sports is a farce, man. It's all a farce. And every single year, there's an upset team that's unfavored that ends up in the Super Bowl, and it helps the casinos out every year. 2009. Who in their right mind would have expected the Cardinals to beat the playoffs, let alone upset 3 top seeds and end up in the Super Bowl? That helped the Las Vegas casinos out again. They ended up losing the Super Bowl, but I'm pretty sure they were pretty upset with damn near over $1 billion for the casinos. Okay, and then who did they gave the ring to Roethlisberger again? Your Zionist boy. He's also a rapist. Then the next season we got Bountygate. The whole, from my understanding, the whole Saints coaching staff were paying their players $15,000 to $30,000 to take other people's knees out, give other people concussions. That's a federal offense. So the idea that actually under the jail cell, if this kid these guys are coaching in the NFL, they're not held to a higher standard. Nobody was jailed. Nobody was fired except for the defensive coordinator. That's really nothing. But Sean Payton was fired for a year, and he gets to come back and coach. And this man was involved with committing federal offenses. But yet, fucking Michael Vick harms dogs, and he want to incarcerate Vick for 18 months. I don't understand that. Ben Roethlisberger raped a woman in 2011, and they brushed that under the rug. He pays the girl off, and we just forget about it. Okay, moving on. 2011, the Packers are the 6th seed, and in the year that Brett Favre retired, it just so happens that his old team, the Packers, upset the top 3 teams and upset the Steelers in the Super Bowl, and they were that 6th seed, that bottom seed, the last possible team you'd expect to make it in the Super Bowl. This is all fixed. It's all about the storyline. And Aaron Rodgers is another Zionist boy, another Jewish Zionist boy. We got 2012. Everybody was saying, oh, it's gonna be the Ravens and it's gonna be the 49ers. It's gonna be the Ravens and the Niners. Nope. Patriots had the better defense. They ended up going, and the Giants were that 6 seed upset casino team, upset the 3 higher seeds, and ended up in the Super Bowl. Okay? They knocked off Tom Brady again. That gave Eli Manning, another Jewish Zionist boy, they gave him his 2nd ring. Okay? And then 2013, this past season, we have the pre-Boston bombing Ravens, just like the pre-9/11 Ravens. They're using the Ravens as a warning. And they were the 6th seed again. That's 6. That's 6. That's their favorite number. That's 6. Because the NFL owners are Freemasons as well. This is all fixed and all planned out. The Ravens upset the top 3 seeds and ended up in the Super Bowl. When they played Denver, they were a 9-point underdog. When they played New England, they were a 7-point underdog. When they played the Niners in the Super Bowl, they were a 3-point underdog. Okay? All these games were fixed. And if you've ever played that Madden 13 video game, and the pregame show, I think I remember Mr. Ray Lewis talking. Okay, and it just so happens that video game came out August of 2012, and it just so happens in the 2013 playoffs after the Ravens knock off the Colts, and Ray Lewis just announces his retirement and said, "This is it, team. I'm going out. I gotta leave my legacy. It's all about Ray Lewis's legacy." And then when he gets to the Super Bowl, and they're blowing out the 49ers, what is the stadium do? What is the owner, the Superdome owner do? He has the lights cut out. Okay? Because people are getting, what are they going to do? They're going to pick their remotes up and they're going to turn the channel. And what's going to happen? The broadcasting networks are going to lose their money because they're going to lose the ratings because people pick the remote up and turn. So shit. What do they do? What do they do after the Ravens are blowing the Niners out? Boom. Lights go out. 33 minutes. 33 minutes, people. How does a $700 million stadium lose power for 33 minutes? It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. The Niners had a 33-minute break. That's 2 halftimes. That's like 2 halftimes. So that was more than enough to get their energy back. And what happened when the lights came on? The Niners started to come back, and you stayed tuned in. You stayed tuned in, just like they wanted you to. Because the Zionists got control of you and everybody else that's watching this fixed crap. Me and my uncle were watching the game, and I was right beside him on the couch, and I'm like, they're going to keep it real close. The referees are going to keep it real close, but at the end, they're either going to throw a flag in favor of the Ravens, or they're not going to throw a flag in favor of the Ravens. And what happened? What happened? 4th and goal at the 3. Kaepernick steps back, throws, Cassidy's being held. No call. No call. It's ball game over. Season over.
I was watching that game.
Boston Diamond Ravens, 6-seed upset team that helped the casinos out, and it was a Cinderella story for Ray Lewis. The people don't think. The people don't think. And you're gonna lose your money. You're wasting your time, and you're wasting your money, and you're wasting your energy. You're wasting your energy on this crap. Because that's what it is. It's nothing but crap.
Same with Fortnite.
If you want any future predictions,
It ain't getting me no money.
this past off
It's costing me money.
Romo
What?
got paid $108 million in a 6-year extension. I couldn't believe it. So I thought it was going to be fixed for the Cowboys, and it's not. It's not fixed for the Cowboys. They just lost to the Eagles. So
Oh,
I'll
God.
give you a prediction.
Come on, I'll go.
Or they're either going to have the Chargers in there as the upset casino. It's either one of the two. You guys that are betting on Peyton Manning and the Broncos are stupid. You're stupid. Because what ESPN okay, there has never been an NFL team with a defense ranked 25 to 32 that ended up in the Super Bowl. The Broncos defense is fool's gold, and it's Von Miller. So they're not going to no Super Bowl. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your head. If they wanted Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl, Pat Bowlen would have got a damn defense. He's a multi-billionaire. He would have drafted a defense. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be Patriots Seahawks or Chargers Seahawks. Seahawks have the best defense. They're the best team right now. They're going to end up in the Super Bowl. And they're going to play either the storyline team or the upset team. And it's either going to be the Patriots or the Chargers. Me personally, I think it's going to be the Patriots. They're going to want Tom Brady to tie Bradshaw with 4 rings. This is all a fix. This is all a farce. I'm detaching from sports because this is all. I even predicted what LeBron James was going to do back in June. I said Heat in 7. Everybody called me crazy, called me a Looney Tune. Look what happened. Hey, it's your choice. You can worry about sports when your economy is getting ready to go to shit, or you can worry about more important things, man. This is more education. I'm out.
This is fair use copyright. When I smoke blunts and joints, cough out loogies, dog. Especially a blunt. That shit, like, very resinous, oily, sticks to your lungs. It gets absorbed into your dirty bloodstream. You have clean blood and dirty blood. There's two different types of blood in your body. And there's also a Christos. The Christos, that's the special shit. That's in your blood. It's oily, it's black. And if you return it up your spine through your sacrum, you'll be an immortal. You'll never die. You'll stay young forever.
What's good, everybody? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over probably the most important subject that anyone can talk on, especially at this time. All right, and I just want everybody to know and be aware of the fact that if I was just like every other YouTuber, if I was just like every other so-called leader out here, I would be continuing to touch on and to talk about the fucking clown show that's going on around the world. You see, we all know about the so-called virus hoax. All right, we know about that situation. We know about the economy, the global economy that's getting ready to collapse. We know about all the things that the globalists are doing to plan their new world order. We know all about that. Project Blue Beam, CERN, you know what I'm saying? The demonic portals that are being opened. Alright, we know all about that. So, you know, I'm not going to continue to, you know, to touch on this information. I'm not going to continue to entertain the circus show. Basically, alright? I'm not going to entertain the circus show any longer. I said what I had to say. You guys can do your own research. You can either take it or leave it. I'm going to touch on what I believe is the most important subject to humanity right now. And that is what is our soul going to do after it leaves our body. Alright? Many Christians and people who are a part of Islam, Judaism, Catholicism, they're under this notion of after your soul leaves your body, your soul only goes one of two places. And that's easily debunked. That notion is easily debunked. And I'm going to debunk the hell out of that shit with this video. Okay? Because the most important thing that humanity could be doing right now is going inside of ourselves. Spending time alone and going inside of ourselves through deep, dark meditation and understanding.
Yeah, I'm posting alone. Oh shit! Spilled it. I'm a dirty boy. Look at all smoking here. This is a hot box.
Very real.
Hot box
And
dungeon.
if one does not
Not in the
possess
club.
or perform the method of mummification, the method of mummification, if one doesn't perform mummification properly enough, then this soul will be reincarnated. Alright? So I'm going to play about 10 to 13, I'll say about in between 10 and 15 minutes of this video right here, just so you guys can get
Shut the fuck up.
Wait, but they did lose some.
The alchemy symbol for water and for life force and Before death, that weakens the aura. You see, that dims the light. Your heart chakra.
On April 10th, 1901, it was only after a minute had passed that we finally lost him. Some of the world's oldest religions hold reincarnation, or rebirth, as a fundamental tenet of their beliefs.
That's what mutators on.
In all the
Puts a rift right underneath you.
and James
Knows exactly when you jump, so it's right below you. I know what's going on here. I love this game. This is Unreal Engine. This is Unreal 5.
Now notice it said escape. The only way you escape reincarnation is mummification and your soul entering a wormhole, entering a dark portal. Your heart chakra has a dark portal. Okay, 4 chambers. They say 4 chambers in the heart. All right. There's a portal.
The 36
There's
chambers. The chess mystery
portal,
of the chess boxing.
that it's just a dark matter.
Wu-Tang.
And it absorbs light. It absorbs light consciousness. So if your heart chakra, if it is light enough, and it's detached enough from this material matrix,
I'll fucking
go through that
staple your nuts to a 10-foot window and kick your ass out the window.
An entirely different universe, an entirely
Staple you by nuts to a table and kick you out a stand-store window.
It's very true. Like I said, I'm gonna break this shit down.
This is funny.
Like no other.
I used to listen to their CDs.
So just listen very carefully, pay attention.
And their records. I have their records too. Ooh, we only have 65.
Tibetan Buddhism holds that every Dalai Lama since the 15th century has been the same person reincarnated more than a dozen times.
60. Ooh. Dirt bike. Free dirt bike. 2. How am I gonna ride them both at the same time? I want them both at my house. I live over here in Amble Square. You want to race? I love riding wheelies. Oh, yeah, it's good on my head.
And you know why that is? Because see, these are the religions.
Bunny hop.
You talk about Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. You're talking about the worship of the demiurge. You're talking about the worship of the goddamn
I'm gonna jump that.
That's responsible for keeping us in a reincarnation cycle. You're talking about the deity that's responsible for keeping us in the reincarnation cycle in this material realm.
Front flip.
So of course, this deity isn't even going to tell you your soul's true identity, and isn't even going to tell you that you can achieve spiritual godhood. Of course you're not going to hear about it in the 3 main world religions. Okay? Because they're worshiping the fucking demiurge.
I'm sorry.
After some Christian minority movements, including some early Gnostic sects, the medieval Cathars, and the 17th century Rosicrucians.
You see, the Gnostics.
Some early Gnostic sects, the medieval...
The Gnostics taught about reincarnation.
And the 17th century Rosicrucians.
Just a jellyfish hole.
Most Abrahamic religions hold that following death, the soul passes permanently to the afterlife.
I know, it's just a jellyfish hole. Nothing special.
See, this is where you get the Christianity and the Judaism and the Islam, like all that bullshit. The worship of the planets Saturn, the Moon, and Venus. See, that's all tied to the whole reincarnation cycle, staying stuck in the fucking material realm. So they tell their followers, it's either heaven or hell. You know what that is? You know why that is? That's to induce people with fear. Because if you induce them with fear after death, before death, that weakens the aura. You see, that dims the light. That dims your light. So they tell you to go into the light after death, and that is nothing but a fucking reincarnation light. Okay? Just like the little Indian girl, just like the little East Indian girl said. After she died, she went to the light and got fucking reborn back into the goddamn material realm. That's what your main fucking religions want. That's what they want. That's what Father Time and Yaldabaoth, that's what they want. They want you to stay stuck in a fucking material realm.
Stuck in a pattern.
There are also videos on YouTube where these scholars, these fucking scholars are
That
saying
exact moon is the.
that they think
That's the
that
same as outside. I can tell, dude. It looks just like the real one.
They think that the
Dude, that's
soul
really
is in
just
the
like the
brain.
real one, bro.
They
It looks just like the
believe
real one.
that the soul is in the
They used
brain.
a real one to make
But
that.
it's funny. They're giving the credit of knowledge of reincarnation. They're trying to give that credit to the Greeks. And that's bullshit because the Greeks learned everything that they learned from the fucking Egyptians. You see what I'm saying? And then they're going back and saying, oh, we believe that the soul is in the brain. You see, you know, these later people on the earth, they don't fully understand alchemy. They don't understand the actual metaphysical makeup of our carbon bodies and of the soul. They don't understand. All right? The soul actually resides in the heart. Okay? The soul resides in the heart.
Your heart's a star. Singularity.
Is nothing but a
Your heart is a singularity.
that fools the soul into thinking that the physical body is real.
I kept some air, watch.
I'm going to repeat myself.
I was just warming up, now watch.
The heart chakra is actually
Triple
your soul's
chest.
identity, and it is actually your willpower, your life
I need a
force,
scar, please, give me a scar.
and your actual personality. It's actually your heart. The brain is the motherfucking organ that fools the soul into believing that it has a physical body. Okay? And I'm going to repeat that one more time.
I'm not dumb.
For the people who are hard of hearing. The heart is the true life force and the true willpower and the true personality of the soul.
Okay? Right, man,
I did a lecture on my old channel
the motor got full gas.
2 years ago on the Child's Play movie. Okay, and I broke down how heart transfer was soul transfer. Okay, it wasn't brain transfer, it was heart transfer.
I'm gonna clip that because that was a good trick.
Physicians knew that the true identity of the soul was in the heart. That's why in Child's Play, to actually
Jelly hole. Jelly holes. Come on, man. Here you go. What's up with all the jelly holes? Someone's getting lazy in Fortnite. Come on. That'll make it run. What's that? Slurp shield fish.